My name is Jillian and this is Jillian Camps Arizona, and today we are going to be recreating my most watched video with 25,000 views. It is the live up Quest Canopy. We are going to be putting up this canopy. It's the Quest Canopy is $50 from Dick's Sporting Goods. I think it's about $100 right now. I'm going to put it up live and just in real time, that way you can see it. I wanted to film this again because I felt like the angle of the first time that I did this was not great. So I thought I would film it again. And I thought I would go through a step-by-step process of how to put it up and instead more explain myself, right? Instead of just putting it up, which is what happened in the last video. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to it. This is the Quest Canopy tent. Quest Canopy, excuse me. According to this, it's got sun protection, water resistant, and easy to set up. It just says it's perfect for the outdoor gatherings, sets up instantly in 4 easy steps. We'll see about that. 64 square feet of shade coverage. That is what I'm most excited about. Look at the happy faces of those people. That is who I want to be like. Listen, I am a single person. If I can set it up alone, so can you, you know? These type of canopies are perfect for any type of camping situation, whether you're in an RV or tent camping or car camping. I bring this with me all of the time. It's almost like I would say a required camping gear piece, you know what I mean? Let's get to it. Let's set this baby up and let's get some shade on this campsite, huh? Hi there. We're gonna be putting up the Quest Canopy today. This thing. First things first, I want to do a step-by-step. Please ignore the hair, okay? I'm going to put it up back there. The important part of this video is planning where to put it. You need a 10 by 10 space, right? So back here is perfect. I'm just going to put it up back here, film it for the video with this beautiful mountain in the background, right? And then we can enjoy it together by doing some more unboxings and whatnot sitting at that table. Okay, so the first things first is that for a canopy, there's typically 2 ends to any bag, right? So in order to put this up, what you have to do is first you have to find the end that has the zipper. That's how we're gonna take this out of the bag. So first, we unzipper this. Mine just happens to be at the bottom, right where the wheels are. So after you unzipper it, you're gonna uncover the canopy. Then you can unceremoniously dump it out. Stand it up, pull this up, and then it might be stuck in a couple things. That's okay. There we go. Pull this up and discard to the other side. So for this, just like we did last time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna choose an area, 10 by 10, in order to put up the canopy. And usually what I like to do is I like to stake out one corner. So first, I'm just gonna set it in one of the furthest corners that we're putting it in. Let's see if you can't see that. All right, so first things first, what are you gonna need, right? You're gonna need a mallet. You're gonna need a mallet, and you probably will need something on the end, the other end, like a little hooky thing. And you're gonna need stakes. The question is, what type of stake are we gonna use in order to stake this out? Well, we want to choose the 10-inch stake. This is a 10-inch stake from Walmart. They're about $1 a piece. We want to choose a stake like this. It's got a nice hard head. The plastic chips off, but the metal head does not chip off, right? So we want to choose a stake like this, right? Not these. You know why? Because this one is a lightweight stake. This one's called Coghlan's. These are lightweight stakes that you can buy at Walmart. They're very expensive, but they're lightweight. You know why these won't work for setting up a canopy? I mean, they will, but if a strong wind comes along, guess what? There's nothing here to hold it into the ground. It'll just be ripped out, you know? Also, you don't want to use these because guess why? These are too big around. They have too big of a diameter, and it won't go through the hole. So while these are also good, they won't fit in the hole in order to put up the canopy. So these won't work. So you need something small with a small diameter in order to stake out the canopy. So that's what we're gonna do. First step, stake out the canopy. Okay. that'll be good. If it's real windy, staking out matters more, but since it's not really windy, it's okay. So we don't have to stake it out too bad. Okay, so next, I have it wrapped in here pretty tightly. You want to take out, put that thing back. You want to take out the actual canopy here. We're going to set this aside for now. We don't need this right now. Okay. Now, after staking out one corner, you want to pull on the opposite corner in order to set up the canopy. See how nicely it stretches? Then you want to pull on each of the corners to fully stretch it out. There goes my stake already. This ground is pretty hard, so you know, this didn't work so well, and that's okay. Tip that you want to use when you're putting this up is you want to stretch it out as good as possible, but you want to pull up on the corner as well. So you see this corner? Pull up on it and pull it out, right? If you're by yourself, you know? You're gonna do that to each corner. There's one corner. Another corner. Third corner. Fourth corner. And then, what do you want to do next? Well, we got to put on the canopy. That's right. We're getting this out. What I like to do as well is I like to lower one of the corners. Kind of, that way it makes it easier to put on the canopy, just the one corner. Then what you do is you start, so this canopy, let me show you a close-up right quick. Sorry, it's gonna be windy out a little bit. So this canopy has velcro, matching velcro on each of the corners where you can put it on. Where we can use the wind, the power of the wind to help us. Or not. Staking out two corners at least. Okay. Now, we have to finagle our thing here a little bit. By stretching it. And if it's ever difficult, guess what? You can always lower one of the corners by pinching it and just lowering it to loosen the corner a little bit. Otherwise, sometimes it is really difficult to attach. Then I just pull down on each of the corners. Make sure that it's tight. Pull down on the fabric, but push up to click all the corners back into place. Okay. I wanted to show you actually a little bit. Okay, so what we're gonna do is may have to just, you know, check on this. All right, so let's go. Come with me. Look, see the tent? Or the canopy? Yeah. Okay, so what it has is it has these little things here. These are Velcro. And what it does is it loops around the metal. So what you're going to want to do is simply, I can do this one-handed, see? You just loop it around the metal and you Velcro each of these on. And you want to make sure to get each one, right? So there's going to be at least one per side on the flat bars, on the crossbars, and then one on the crossbar too, you know, so one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So you want to make sure to do all of the Velcro, any Velcro that you see, because guess what? If you don't attach it, it'll blow off. I've seen that happen so many times. So we want to make sure to Velcro our canopy into place. That way it can't blow away. Let's go ahead and do it. bent. Some of mine are ripped. Some of the poles are bent, but that doesn't mean that we don't put the Velcro on. You have to put the Velcro on, okay? Don't forget. Okay, the last step, and you want to do this last, because guess what? If you raise it up to make it shady before you Velcro it, you're not gonna be able to reach it all the way up there. So do the Velcro when the canopy is low like this, right? And then the final step is to push up on each of the poles to increase the height of the canopy. Otherwise you're gonna be ducking to get underneath it every 10 seconds, okay? You don't wanna do that. So let's go ahead and increase the height. Now we have a beautiful canopy. Look at that shaded area. Nice, huh? So now you can actually angle the canopy. So you can put one side down maybe to angle. See how the shade's all the way over there, practically in the parking structure. So you can angle it so that it gives you shade in the proper spot on your campsite, or you can just move it around however you want, right? All right, cool. Well, that's it. I wanted to show you. How long did that take? It took us 17 minutes. Thanks so much for joining me. Look. We did it! We made a canopy. It's shaded. Isn't this nice, huh? Join me next time on Jillian Camps, Arizona. Thanks for coming with me. I appreciate it. I should call this like Camping in Arizona 101. A shade structure required. Enjoy your canopy. Have a great day. Bye now.